New Year. It
Yes, it
is a
is.
new year. Congratulations to everybody walking into this new year.
Mhm.
And the new year started off with a bang.
Yes, it
This
did.
week started off with a bang
Exactly.
because Katt Williams,
Oh, yeah. See, let it be known. What was that? The January 2nd that interview dropped?
the second day of the year,
And
Katt
he
Williams sat down and just
scared
spoke
everybody.
spoke his truth, I guess.
Yes, he did.
A lot of people are taking sides on what he said.
There's nothing to take sides for.
I don't believe at
But
the one thing that he said that was totally true, that I knew was true from the beginning, was a click thing. Like how people click up and stuff like that. He was like,
yeah,
"These are the," so I already knew that was true.
yeah.
That's just real life. We already knew that.
Mhm.
Now, said
Yeah. Yeah, that
they
kind of
all
threw
over
me.
said.
Now, Steve Harvey, I knew about.
We always knew about Steve
Nah, you
Harvey.
know what it was? I be watching Corey Holcomb's 5150. Shout out 5150
Mhm.
show because I watch it every Tuesday. It comes on. And Corey always uh talk some of those same stories Cat Williams said I knew were true because Corey said them. He said the Kings of Comedy Steve was supposed to be the headliner, the last one up, and he wasn't funny enough. So that's why they brought in Bernie. So that was true. I know it's true because two different comedians just said it.
Confirmed it.
Yeah. Corey's been dishing out on Steve. So when Cat came and did his thing, it was interesting to hear it from Cat, but I wasn't like shocked that it was happening because a lot of people. I met Steve Harvey back in 2004. I don't know if you remember that when I went to the NBA All Star game in
Mhm.
LA. And I was working back there. I was at the Jordan Brand
Is
comedy
hold
show.
on, is this when he had the flat top?
Yeah, this is when he
Okay.
had the man unit.
Okay.
Okay, so I was working behind the scenes at a party, the Jordan Brand comedy show. Steve Harvey was hosting it. I was backstage with the comedians fronting like I was supposed to be there. But I just noticed their interactions with Steve were different than their interactions with themselves. Now I know Steve was hosting, so he couldn't hang in the green room, but I noticed the energy was changing when all the comedians got around him versus when they were backstage with amongst themselves. So ever since then, I said something's up with this dude. Everybody who knew about Steve didn't want to deal with him, so I just said that's kind of, it set off my sense, but I didn't really have my finger on as to why they didn't like him. It was just the energy I saw. But as you progress through the decades and you hear these different stories, everything kind of links together now once you remember those memories and stuff. So he was talking bad about a few comics. I ain't gonna get into details or nothing, but yeah, Alicia Tyler caught it pretty bad.
Alicia Tyler, I don't ever think she was funny.
She wasn't.
I don't ever think she
I
was
can't
funny.
say I disagreed with some of the things I heard, but I don't really find her funny either.
Steve Harvey, he has some funny skits. I will say that
Yeah.
he's not the funniest.
No, he's never been the
He's not,
funniest.
but he had some funny skits. My thing was the sad thing because now people are going through the internet pulling up all these shows of other comedians doing
Oh yeah,
the
doing
same
his
thing
work.
that Sed's doing. And as me asking you a question, because you're a comedian.
Mhm.
I don't know if a lot of people
I
know
used to
that,
be.
but I mean, but
I don't throw that word around because that's a word
okay.
you earn.
Okay, so well, just being in the
Funny.
business,
Yeah.
okay, or being around it, knowing
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Well,
stealing joke.
oh yeah. But I mean that's a big deal in comedy because you can't copyright a joke. Well, you can copyright the performance of a joke if it's like on HBO or something, but
Mhm.
yeah, you can't. It's an intellectual property and stuff, so you can't claim a joke, so people can steal it. That's why in stand-up comedy, it's self-policing. You gotta call people out.
I think what's different now is back then you could do that because it wasn't as
No.
many cameras around having
Yeah.
these jokes aired.
Yeah.
So now when somebody does this joke and there's
Wait, wait, wait.
video of somebody doing this joke, and now you're doing this joke, maybe altering it a little bit to fit you, but nevertheless, we know or got an idea where it came from.
Yeah. But I mean, people been stealing jokes for years. Robin Williams used to do it. Yeah, you remember those John Witherspoon interviews where he was talking about Robin Williams? Yeah, so I mean, it's been around for a very long time, and people benefited from it. It's just usually, yeah, you're right. It wasn't on
Okay,
camera.
boom. So
Yeah,
this is my equivalent, or what I see joke stealing as, or what it is. Ghost
yeah.
It's like, okay, boom, so you did the joke. Joke was good. It was alright, but I got the joke, and this shit just is fucking have you been and over dying laughing.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, people write jokes for other people all the
mhm.
time. There's a difference between writing a joke for somebody and stealing a joke from somebody. That's two completely. Kevin Hart has writers. Yeah, and after his last special, I still don't know why he has them.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
mean,
bad.
Kevin Hart has his moments as well. I think he's funny too
Yeah.
at times and stuff like that.
But I definitely agree with Katt. He's an industry plant. See, what I think it was with Kevin Hart, the original person was supposed to be Cat Williams, and then he didn't want to play the game, so they got rid of him and gave all the shit they were going to give to Cat to Kevin Hart. So I think, yeah, I think that's really what happened.
I don't think Cat was well. I'm gonna say this. I don't think Cat was lying about certain things. Sensationalism at its finest. That's what this interview really was. The book reading. Uh,
I don't
ah,
believe it.
see that
Well, I mean, I don't believe Cat Williams 100% told the truth either.
I don't either. That's why I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, he told, I guess, what he felt was the truth, and then being on that hen dog or whatever
Mhm.
they were drinking, that just added on to the stories or what he was saying.
Yeah. Well, I like how Shannon Sharp just sat back and let him talk. That was the main thing. He didn't interrupt him like Nori or something.
But that's what you're supposed to do when you get, especially when you're giving those type of
Oh,
lines.
yeah.
Like when you're dropping that type of, you ain't got nothing to say. That's what an interviewer is there to do, is to let you talk and then lead you. And yeah, he did a great job with that. That was perfect. Shannon Sharp
Mhm.
probably has made one of the smoothest transitions
Yeah.
in out of anybody I can think of. Like, going from a football star
Yeah.
to now being a big time
Entertainment.
entertainer and very much wanted. Skip Bayless,
Yeah.
oh, he royally messed up.
Mhm.
He royally screwed up
'Cause I
because
don't even watch Undisputed anymore.
I mean, I've never,
No, I
I
watched it when Shannon Sharp, and I thought I was gonna watch First Take, but I just don't like Stephen A.
First take just don't it
Yeah.
just don't have it like that
Yeah.
anymore,
I
like
I kinda wish for the yeah, because now that Shannon Sharp left Undisputed, I don't watch Undisputed, I don't watch First Take. I don't even really watch sports shows.
not like that.
Nah.
Not like that anymore. I used to be big on sports shows, but I'm not like that on it anymore. But, like, their podcasts I'll watch, like, I'll watch a little bit of Club Shay Shay. Like I said, I watch,
Yeah, I watch Shay Shay. I like No Chill,
No
Gilbert
Chill
Arenas show.
Gill. Shout out No Chill Gill. And I like Jeff Teague's joint, 520. Yo, Jeff Teague is a funny dude. Like,
Yeah.
yo, shout out to 520 podcast.
See,
That's
this
a
is the
great
future
show.
of sports
Yeah.
because they're gonna take the power away from those white dudes who never played that think they're better because they went to
But
school for it.
this is what changes it. See, not only do they give an inside of the game, like they played the game, but then they have the stories to tell to really drive the point home. Most of
Mhm.
these white guys or black guys, for that matter, who report on sports who never played, weren't in the locker room to tell some of these stories. Some of these stories that are coming out now are hilarious. So, shout out to the podcast we just named. Yeah, that's definitely getting ready to change sports. Just like Cam and May. They're getting ready
Yeah,
to change it. Like, shout out Cam and May. But I guess back to the Cat Williams. And then he didn't just stop at comedians. He got Kim. He got Kim
mhm.
Kardashian.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. I was waiting to drive home just so I could hear the whole interview in full on the road, and I did get that opportunity. And yeah, there were a lot of people that caught strays, but
Ludacris.
yeah, Ludacris.
Do a big ass phase on lie. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Well, now Faison deserved that because Faison he's
he's
been
a
throwing
hate man.
shots, yeah, at
Faison's just
everybody.
Faison's a hating ass dude. Let me just from what I see and
No,
from
he
what
is a
I've
hater.
heard, he's a hater, like
And he's
really
Cat's
is.
right. He's not funny to the point where he has specials. Faison doesn't have any comedy
He got
specials.
lucky parts. That big worm part, lucky. Like
That was funny.
but
Then
that's
he
how
never
he's
came back.
remembered.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Three strikes. Three strikes was I know
No,
you
Money Talks.
but
Chris Tucker.
true. Yeah, did he grab you like yeah, okay,
Yeah,
boom.
but that scene
But
in the prison.
those I think those are the parts that he's really like popular for.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's known for.
Luck.
Yeah.
So and then who else? Luda. Luda
Yeah.
dropped a whole
Yeah,
16.
Luda had to drop a diss or a verse just to let everybody know he's doing okay. What did he say about Luda? I forgot because I remember he said
I
something.
think he wanted to say that Luda was leaving the party with men, and
Oh yeah,
allegedly, I always throw allegedly in there just to make sure, but allegedly, I think that's what he said. Um, who else? We already knew Kevin Hart.
yeah,
They just don't like each other.
yeah,
He always gave Bernie his love.
yeah. He gave Bernie
He
his
gave
love,
Bernie his love.
and he gave DL Hughley love.
He gave DL a lot of love, and I
Yeah,
don't think DL.
I find DL
I
funny.
find DL truthful, don't find it funny. And he definitely gave DL his love, and it's just odd that, Katt's going on tour. Katt will be in Raleigh, I believe
I'll check him out.
next month. Did it move tickets? That's what
Oh, it was Cat moves tickets regardless. People got to understand he's one of them underground heroes that can go to any city and pack it out and leave.
uh,
He's like a less famous Dave Chappelle.
yeah.
You see Dave Chappelle shit?
Like you say, the street champion. Like,
Yeah,
the streets fuck with Cat Williams,
of
regardless of
course they do.
what he do, the streets always gonna rock with Cat
Yeah.
Williams. And that even gives more credence to what he was saying. Because like I said, we can see some of it. We can see the click thing going on and stuff like that.
But I mean,
And
he said a lot of stuff that was just common sense, like Tiffany Haddish not being funny.
I've never thought she was funny.
I never did too.
I've never thought she
I've
was
never
funny.
found her funny at all. I think that's why. I think when you're not a funny comedian, you have to show a lot of love to people because that's how you extend your career.
Another question, what was he saying about Gary Owens?
He said something briefly about Gary Owens.
Like he was like why Gary Owens couldn't cross over or something like that, being that he's already a white comedian. But I think that Gary Owens, his style caters to black people. So just that's and he might have been typecast. Is that how
Mhm.
he's been typecast as just catering to black people? I think Gary Owens has his moments. He's funny. He has his moments. Who else did Cat?
Yeah, so Cat basically said Gary Owens hadn't crossed over after doing stand-up for 25 years and he's white.
That I mean, think about like, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, he caters to the black demographic though. A lot of his jokes are, hanging around black people. So
Mhm.
I see why he hasn't really crossed over like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, he had Kanye as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with everything you said about Kanye, where if you say you're a genius long enough, people will believe it.
Mhm. He
That
was
was true. I said that when Kanye first came out. I said he's nice, but I don't think dude is as hype as he's making himself to be.
who Kanye?
Yeah, and I've
I
always said
mean,
that. Kanye was the cool cat when he was humble in the first couple albums. The minute he started selling his own shit, that's kind of when he lost. Because I'm like, dude, you nice, but you not that nice. You cross over nice for the white people. The shit you do, is revolutionary to the white people. But there's about 10 niggas I know before you that did what you did already. You know, so it's the white people that bought into that
like
shit.
you say, once he started believing, he lost his humility is when a lot of people like was like, I'm over this guy. Like,
Yeah, I'm
and
like, dude, you are not that nice.
then you making these statements. I mean, it's because you're running in this circle. At the time, you're running with the hottest
Hottest,
rap
so yeah,
circle
you were
in
running
the
with the
game,
rock, so yeah, you had a spark, and your music was good.
and then you're catering to, I guess, I wanna say a bigger demographic because you're not doing hood music no more. You're catering to, I guess, the college crowd. Like, so now you're catering to all black, white, Hispanic, you catering to everybody.
And that's
This is
when he
what your
fell off.
music. uh,
When he fell off.
I used to like Kanye.
Everybody did.
He has some dope music.
And he had some bangers. Now he do
He
that sing-songy shit, all that trying to do. I don't know. He's just trying to go veer too far out the lane.
well,
That's just my opinion.
I think he gone. We just gonna wait by the Kanye.
Yeah,
I
Kanye
think
is
my boy
in
gone.
another world right now.
Anybody else that Cat Williams might have threw out that I
I mean, Michael
missed?
Blackson, but I think Michael
I
Blackson's always been
don't
a one
think
trick pony.
he's funny at all.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
I didn't think that part in Friday was in, whatever Friday was. I didn't think that was funny. Like, oh, that's but maybe it's just me.
No,
I
it's
never
not
thought
you.
it
It's
was
a
funny.
one trick pony. Like Cat said, his mother sucker never caught on, and I also kind of knew this too, but Cat called it out where he said his accent. He emphasizes it for comedy.
My favorite one word comedy line, hamburger.
Oh God, that nigga
You
is
didn't like
not funny.
that? I like that one though. Hamburger.
I forgot that dude's name.
I can't remember his name
Wasn't it
either.
Hamburger Williams or something?
Something like that. He came to Benedict one year
I'm
when
sure
I
he
was
did,
there for homecoming
and I
stuff.
bet
And
he said
he
hamburger.
did like
Niggas in the
50
crowd
times.
lost their mind.
What he was there for. He was there to say
Ah,
hamburger.
he said
He was
hamburger.
there to say hamburger.
You notice you ain't seen him on tour. Niggas got
Uh,
vegetarian on that ass. He need to do Beyond Burger.
so I guess all the beef has been between comedians and stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
new beef,
It's
really.
not new
It's
beef.
not new beef.
Everybody's known
We
about
already
Steve
knew what it was.
stealing jokes and shitting on niggas. I remember that story about goddamn that Ocean 12 part. Steve tried to take from Bernie.
But the best part of it, of the whole interview, in my eyes, was when
Yes.
he did get on Ricky Smiley about
Yeah.
that was the highlight of everything, because he was like, "Can you just imagine him playing that part?" I'm just like, "You know what? You're can't imagine it."
Couldn't imagine it myself.
So, yeah, that was the highlight. If you haven't seen it, what he says about Ricky Smiley and then the, Friday After Next one, that is the highlight of the whole interview to me. So,
Exactly.
um, anything else before we jump on?
Nah,